I don't have a lot of time before bedtime today, but I want to do a stream, so let's do a stream. And I need to remember what I did last. Well, I mean, here's my items. I think I was gonna tell myself to do sulfur. Is that all? No, I did oil processing, right? Yeah, I did plastic and oil processing design last time. Almost forgot about that. And I needed sulfur to make... Is it sulfuric acid? Yeah. Okay. Guess that means I'm making a sulfur design. Which... Water, petroleum, gas. Okay. This seems like it's going to be a very easy system to set up. I hope. I mean, it is pipelines, which actually might be I'm not sure. They might be more difficult. I don't know yet. Let's set this a little bit down so it's not actually in the way. Okay, full grid. We're testing. 1, 2, 3, 4, just like everything else. And then I need the fluid stations. It's items, fluid, unload stations. Let's see, I need 2 unload stations, 1 load station. Oh, what's the system? How have I been doing this? Loading on the right, okay. So that means I would either unload there or there. I'm gonna design the actual thing to make it first, which I wonder if I can fit it in the tiny grid or if I need to make a bigger one. I'm probably gonna need to make a bigger one. Because to make sulfur, is that in the chemical plant? I'm failing to see where I make that. It's probably a chemical plant. Yes, okay. Remove all of this stuff that is not needed. Oop, want the power pole though. Okay. So, for sulfur, alt mode. Oh, it's this side's input. Okay, I need to get 2 fluids in here. Actually, oh wait, this is the bigger grid. I actually don't think this is going to be too bad, thinking about it. I need to connect power over here for testing. And also reports. Okay. Yeah, so this is the bigger cell. So making this one cell smaller isn't completely trivial, but also isn't difficult, probably. Wait, no, because I don't have that space. I'm gonna see if I can make it 1 tile smaller, because it would be nice if I could, but I don't know if I can in a reasonable way. Is there any way I can run it this way? Yes, actually. Oh, ooh. So close. So, not quite. But this also doesn't quite work, because this needs to go in here. I do think it's going to be possible to shrink it the other direction, though. I'm trying to think through if there's any way I can make this work. I might have to move the power poles. Okay, Okay, if I remove that, clearly that doesn't work there, and, I mean, it would be nice to not have to remove that power pole, but... because that's no longer going to be a nice pretty grid. It's the only reason it's bad, is just because the grid isn't going to be pretty. Is there a way I can make it pretty? I don't think so. Oh, no. A moment. This can fit over there. There. Now that doesn't quite leave room for the belt, which is a problem. I'm fairly sure there's no way I can make this work at this footprint, but I really want to try. It would be fun if I could make it work. Wait. I missed the obvious thing. This fits. Yeah, so this is an output. That means this whole thing is probably going to actually be rotated. Because I want the output to go that way. So that lines up with every other grid. But first, this goes here. Yes, I've made quite a few at this point. All of these are designed, so this is smelting, copper wire, what's this one? Electronic circuits, oil processing, red circuits, well actually no, plastic, red circuits. And now I'm working on sulfur so I can make sulfuric acid for blue circuits. Yes. Also, this is 2 per second, so yeah, 1 second sorter is plenty. Yeah. Wait, no. Probably not going to be. I completely forgot about modules. Okay. But that goes in there. Let's actually do the calculation. Okay, this is going to be producing 17 per second. From a decent amount of those materials. I'll figure out the pipe throughput problems later. But I do need 2 of these because I'm pretty sure chest to belt is 15 items per second. No, it's actually 20 per second. Stack size 12. Yeah, I only need 1. Okay. So I think this is the grid now. Actually, let's do the back calculation. Let's figure out how much or how many of these I need to fill a belt. Okay, sulfur. Which is here. Okay. By belts. Okay, I highly doubt I'm going to be able to get 8 belts out of this, but that's the maximum, so let's see what that would require. Double checking modules are correct. 12 beacons, yes. Look, it's belts of oil and water. Belts of fluid. Anyway, this makes more sense. This is fluid per minute. I want fluid per second. Actually, what's wagons per second for this? Or wagons per minute? So each one of these would need what is that? My brain is not letting me do that. One moment. Oh wait, actually, no, it's actually 10 per minute. Makes it much easier. So, yeah, so a train every 6 seconds if I try to build this. And it would require 21 chemical plants. Oh wait, no, not a train every 6 seconds because each train is 8. So, yeah, a train every, moment, I'm doing calculation on my phone and I did the wrong calculation. So every 48 seconds. Which is still very fast, but technically doable. Yeah. So let's see if I can get this many machines. Actually, what's the throughput? Wait, no, I can't figure out throughput until I know the grid. So 21, or slightly over 21. Also, I want to rotate this. I need to remember to do that. I can never remember exactly how many of these I can fit where. Also, I want that to stay a single connection and figure out the spacing differently. Yeah, so let's put this over here. Okay, so 21. Or I could just go as 20. I'm okay with this being imperfect, assuming that would fit, because I can never remember how many can fit where. So if I wanted 20, that means I could have 4 rows of 5. Which, because fluids are much easier to split in this case, and make sure they don't deadlock, that means that I want 4 output belts. So I actually want to reduce this. Take this, actually cut this, rotate it to be that direction, move this over here. That would be the spacing. Oh, wait. No, this can't output fast enough. I keep making silly mistakes. Because this production is 40 sulfur per second. Actually, no, that's not going to calculate properly because it doesn't have the beacons or the modules yet. Let's connect that in. Waiting for the lab bots to get over here. Which always is fun to watch. Actually, let's make it a little bit easier for the bots to get over here. Luckily, that's easy. Now I don't have to jump up and down as much. But yeah, it doesn't correctly calculate rate if it doesn't have the actual modules in it rather than planned. And also has power. If it doesn't have power, it doesn't count the beacons. Almost there. Okay, that looks like it. Okay. Yeah, so this is producing 340 items per second, which 340 items per second, 45 items per second for blue belts. Yeah, so that's 7.5 belts. So clearly I need to split this in half, which is doable, but in a slightly strange way. Okay, well actually, first of all, yeah, there's plenty of space around this. That is also a problem, yes. This design is currently very flawed. And I might have to choose a bigger version to get it to work. This was the initial design just to figure out exactly how I can space this. I might actually go with making these intentionally, like making these, like I might be slightly wasteful. One moment, let me try this. Okay, so yeah, one of these is more than half a belt. Oh, that was the wrong thing. I meant to do production checker, this thing. Yeah, so that's going to be producing more than blue belt of output, and currently it's not putting it in the right spots. Let's see. It would be really nice to use the small version. I don't know if it's possible to fit that in here. Because these pipes have to be here for everything to fit. Wait, actually, possible idea? I don't know if this is going to work yet, but let's see. Also, I don't know why I'm doing this in the middle of this, but let's see. I think I can fit this in here. Which, yeah, so clearly each of these individually would have to output like that. And I can't put that, well, I actually can crush this down more, because if I do this, then, I mean, it'll get stuck there, but it'll take whatever's on this side and put it on that side. And that's the only thing I need to do to make sure it can fill up, I think. Particularly if I do priority output left. Because each of these should be under half a belt. Let's do this to make sure. Yep. Because half a belt is 22.5 items per second. So yeah. So that will work. I really don't know why I did this in the middle of this. Nope. Didn't mean to get rid of that one. Okay. This is the design. 3 of these will absolutely fill up the belt. Oh, well, it won't tell me that because power and modules. But yeah, that'll fill up the belt, I'm fairly sure. So if I did this, that would fill up 4 belts. But it would be overkill. This would fill up, like, one of these produces, I have to wait. Actually, no, I don't have to wait, I have to connect power. Yeah, so one of these produces more than enough by a decent amount. So the question is, do I just accept that? Because, oh, I can't flip it. I would have to rotate this, which I think is actually fine. Okay, so this has 4 too many chemical plants. But it might just be worth it, rather than having to figure out how to split this. Yeah, because otherwise it's annoying to try to completely compress belts. And I don't think making this wider by 1 allows me to do anything fancy to, well... Wait, I have an idea. Let's see if I can do this conveniently like this, or if this is annoying to get working. Okay, so now if I do that, this can go here, which can output to here. The problem, okay, this doesn't quite work. So it would be really nice if I could get this to output to 2 sides. Which I actually think I can do with some slight rearranging. Wrong thing. And actually, if I do this, then I don't need to put it on both sides. I just need to make sure that it only ends up on the inside of the belt somehow. Right? Yeah, inside. Which I think I can do. So yeah, so that goes there. That is that output. Then this output goes here, and I need to get it... A moment. I need to get it onto that side. Wait. Actually, I don't even need that. That just works. Because yeah, that puts it there, which puts it on that side, which is not where anything else is putting it. Okay, that looks good. I think that'll work. Okay, let's replace this module in the middle with these. Now I do need to make a mirrored version of this cell, because I can no longer rotate it to get that to work. But luckily, I think I can do that pretty easily. Let's just place this here for reference, put this down here, and just... Actually, wait. Easier way to do this. Copy, put it in here, find wherever that thing is. I already lost it. Okay, that's the previous one, but this is the same way. Yeah, the same way I did that is what I'm going to do this. Do I need to keep this? I don't need to keep this anymore. Okay, so take this, remove that, save it. Take this, flip that now that there's no chemical plant, place it down, grab a chemical plant, rotate it, place it back in, and everything's good. Just double checking. Also, I did not set priority on all of these, so I'm going to need to do that. Also, on this one, I don't need... it doesn't hurt to have that. I'm going to keep it. Am I? Yep. Yeah, I'm just going to keep that, just in case it actually is useful. Do I want to try to build that into here? Even though I don't think I need it, it might end up actually being useful. I'm going to do it. It's an easy addition. I just have to add, well, and I have to update all of these again, but I need to add priority on all of this. Actually, let's just remove these. Yeah, all of those. Set priority. Oh wait, this actually has priority. I didn't have alt mode. Okay, I'll put priority right on this one, and I'll put priority hard to think about right. I think. No, left. Yeah. Okay. And that kept it setting. That kept it setting. Okay, good. So now I copy this, place it back here, copy this, place it back here, copy this whole thing, build it up so that's 2, and that is 4. Okay, that produces the 8 belts. I'm pretty sure. And it should actually still fit in that blueprint pretty nicely. Or the footprint, not blueprint. Yeah, look at all that extra space. I'm gonna have plenty of space to do all the things running here. Okay, fluid rates. Let's check what that needs to be. I can't check what that needs to be yet. I need power and modules. Wait for the lab to do that for me. I need modules so often. Let's quickly improve this lab. Not put it there. Put it somewhere within logistics range, please. Actually, let's put it right next to the road port. Okay, just request. Sure, 500. I'm pretty sure that'll fit. Activity module 3, 500. There. I think I have logistic spots. Yes. Okay. Good. So it won't take quite as long to get this working next time. And I'm gonna do the same thing, just dotted around random places, like over here, down here. Even though I'm probably not gonna use down here much. Maybe something that's its own logistics area. That doesn't help. Probably let's do one here. Down here. I think that's a good spot. Don't need one right next to the start. And why not? Let's place one over here. Okay. Yeah, so fluid amounts for each of these. Consumes 786 units per second, which I think is completely fine, but let's double check that. Yeah, completely fine, not gonna have 300 pipes. Okay, and actually, because the belt's split like this, I want to rotate this that way. I'll work out how much I can center that shortly. It can't be perfectly centered because this is too wide and this is an odd number. So this is an even width cell and an odd width build. Also, that was much faster now that I have the buffer chest. That was a good idea. Okay. Let's get the stations in. Full grid item load station. And then 2 fluid unloads. Ooh, actually, no, running fluids is fine. Just a little weird. This is gonna be one of the easiest cells I made, I think. Fluid unload. Let's put one at the top and one at the bottom. Yeah, okay. I can't put everything through single pipe, but honestly, I have so much space that I'm just gonna run just a whole bunch of pipes across here. Because throughput, is a concern, but not one that is hard to avoid. Just to double check, would be 1400. Yeah, that's starting to get up to 8 pipes, so yeah. I don't want to try to send everything through two pipes. They even have space for extra pumps here that I wouldn't normally need. But these are not expensive, and I have so much extra space here, it is absolutely worth just overbuilding. Let's start on this side. Okay, so I want to line this up like this, I think. I do actually want all of these to be connected. I mean, they're connected down here, but slightly better throughput possibility in case of weird, uneven loading. If I connect everything after the pumps, I think. Yep. Okay. And then, yeah, so that is from here. The next one's going to be from here. The next one is going to be, I can just do this, I think. Not quite. I need that to end here, which is that distance. A little bit annoying that that doesn't quite line up. I can make this slightly prettier by lining it up with that gap instead. Yeah, because the next one needs to go here. Yep, right there, right there. I actually need 5 pipes out, but I'm gonna get the 5th pipe by just combining 2 of the others because throughput is not going to be a concern for that, I'm pretty sure. So, like, these pipes, I'm just gonna combine from the ones next to it, I think. Also, look, I have extra space here. Okay, I want to do basically exactly the same thing on this side, except mirrored. Yep, and obviously I spaced this vertically offset, so let's try to improve that slightly. I'm gonna do the belt first, actually. Belts are the more difficult one. And also I'm gonna offset this down, because the belts are offset down. That looks like a good spot. Ooh, actually, no, I can't do that. I forgot that I need to be able to take the belts out the side, so I need 4 spaces vertically. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, and that's 1. Okay, so I'm gonna need to do some things getting around pipes. That's fine. This is still not difficult. Sorry for being quiet for a moment. I want to make sure I'm not messing that up. Now, these, I have slightly less space. But I should be able to do the same thing. Just with slightly more weirdness with how these pipes are in the way. But luckily, underground belts and underground pipes can occupy the same space, so it doesn't really make it too difficult. This one's a little weird, but doable. Let's get that through first. Let's grab that, put it here, like that. Oh, that looks good. I wonder if that could reach. It can. Cool. I'm gonna leave this side though. And because the only inputs are fluids, and fluids self-balance with this layout, I do not need to balance these outputs. I'm going to anyway though, because I have the space. Might as well balance it if I can. Doesn't hurt and makes it so that it can recover from weird offsets much faster. Also, there's so much space here, I'm not going to use the compact alignment, I'm just going to put it in like that. I'm doing this weirdly, but I'm going to stick to it. I like the design. It looks weird and funny. If I match that, that means this would go here. I'm making these bolts unnecessarily long, but I kind of like it. It's fun. Oop, that's not what I meant to do. Let's try that again. That's not how that was supposed to line up. Wrong side again. There we go. That definitely looks silly, but I like it. And it'll definitely be functional. Let's see, how are these offset? If I just run this up here, perfectly offset actually. That's very convenient. Okay. I'm actually gonna remove those though. How far can that reach? Very far. I want this back one, I think. This is the one that would actually line up. I want to figure out how I want to pattern this. Well, first of all, I need 2 outputs for all of these. So let's get those in before I forget to take that into account. Okay. Let's just do the easy way. Then I'll connect in here, but it also, because of the way I have this laid out, needs to connect into this one. Also, I'm being attacked by several flies right now, which is very distracting. Yeah, but okay. I'm going to continue connecting these to the bottom, so I guess that can go there. Let's make that a little bit prettier. Never mind, there's no way I can make this look pretty, so let's just put it there till it's the most random. Okay, so that'll connect in there, but I also... That took a few tries. Okay, I also want that connect there. Somewhat even looks better there. Okay, that's all of that side hooked up. Now let's get this side hooked up, which includes this. There's no reason for that to be underground. Let's do that. Connects into there. This one should be an underground. And then this also needs to connect to here, which is not an underground. I mean, it could be, but I want to keep that layout. But now this also needs to connect to here, so let's get that in. This can go over here and connect there. Yeah, that's right. And then this one. Which absolutely should be an underground. And let's offset this up so that it doesn't look as weird. Okay, so I think that's already everything as long as I hook up power, which I'm going to connect. That looks fine. Okay, there's no alignment here that only connects to one, is there? Oh, no, there is. Connected on top and bottom, why not? Okay, so theoretically, I'm pretty sure this should work. So I guess I should test it. This is going to be called sulfur load. And then I need water and petroleum gas, right? Yes. So this is going to be, doesn't matter which is which. I'm going to do water from the top. Where is that? Water drop, which for some reason is a different name from everything else. But might as well keep it at this point. Then this is going to be petroleum gas. Unload. Okay, that should already work, I think. What's the stack size of sulfur? 50. Good thing I checked. That would have been... Well, I mean, I think it still would have worked, but it would have worked not well. Okay. Yep, I think that's already good. Okay, so now let's get the testing stations. I need... Wait, what more? Okay, loading there, unloading there. So load 2 fluid stations. Unload items. Wait, water pickup. And then over here, if I can actually get the station, petroleum gas pickup. Load. Okay. And then this is going to be sulfur unload, which is a station that doesn't exist yet. So there's the first one. And now I just need to get all of the testing components in, which includes these. For some reason, those look red to me from a distance. I think the pixels were being weird with the color alignment. Okay, do I have a nice fluid layout? I think no, I just need to do this. Nope, not far enough. Up to here. Okay, I already forgot which one I put where. Petroleum gas load on top. Probably should have placed the trains in first for testing. But at this point, I'm gonna finish putting these in just because I already started it. Okay, now let's get the trains in, which, do I have the, this is the cargo train, which I should only need one of. Let's put that there, and then I don't have a blueprint for a fluid train. So I'll take the other train, this one, and just replace all the cars. Should probably make a blueprint of that just for making it slightly easier, but this isn't particularly hard to do. Is that 8? 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. There's 8. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yep, okay. I did think that one was 7. Okay, and that'll get its fuel delivered, and in the meantime, I need to get the station set up. Sulfur load, sulfur unload, full, empty, go. Petroleum gas load, petroleum gas unload, full cargo, empty cargo. I'm not going to start that one yet. Water pickup, water drop, full cargo, empty cargo. And then... What was the... There was the shortcut. And then those will do a loop to get into their stations, as designed. That'll load extremely fast, because fluids just are really fast to load for some reason. Looks like petroleum gas will be delivered first, and now we'll see... Oh, let's fix this belt. Yep, already working. So far, so good. It is not fully saturating belts. At least not yet, but I suspect that's just it won't saturate it. Actually, did I create a throughput problem here? What happens if I don't prioritize that? I don't know if that's going to be better or worse. I think it is supposed to be prioritized. And I mean, I'm still okay with inefficient, but at the moment, a lot of these chemical plants are not running for a lot of the time. Okay, what is different about that? Why is this behaving differently? It's just inserter priority? I don't know why these are different, except for maybe just coincidence with which one happened to start up first. But the problem is that, like, these... Yeah, that's not efficient. Admittedly, I'm almost certainly never going to need this much sulfur, and if I do, I can just stamp more down. But... Oh, wait, this is water. This is water demand being slow. Why is water slow? This is petroleum gas slow. Is there a flow rate problem? I wouldn't expect it, but I also don't fully understand the fluid system. Total fluid consumption. 3,930 per second. Divide that by 4, that's 982 units per second, per pipe. which is still way down here. So, like, I wouldn't expect that to be a throughput problem yet. Okay. I'm assuming that's space age, though, which this is not space age. Well, I'm not playing that version yet because of compatibility issues and too many changes. So this is still the version immediately before the newest update. It's not on the newest version. Yeah, I would really like to figure out why this water throughput is not high enough, and same with petroleum gas. It is good to know that fluids changed in the new version. I think I may have seen something about that, but yeah, it's good to know that. Okay, so the question is, why is this specific one not getting that much? There's plenty here. There's not plenty here. Is that not connected? This isn't connected. Found the problem. Probably the same over here. Yep. That should be much better now. I suspect there's still going to be some issues, but we'll see. This top row is not starting up. Output full. So this is not running right now because the bottom is gating this because of the even loading thing. Yeah, and as it's stabilizing, it's still imperfect. It is output limited, but I think this is plenty. I highly doubt I'll need this much sulfur ever. And just like everything else, it's okay if it's slightly imperfect. Like, if I go down to plastic, I'm fairly sure plastic was not... Okay, yeah, plastic is not perfect, although it is slightly closer to perfect. And I know that the sulfur up here is, like, this can produce slightly more than I need, I'm pretty sure. No, slightly less. So, yeah, that actually makes sense. This can produce, theoretically, 340 per second. Let's double check that. 340 per second. Divided by 45. Yeah, so that's 7.55555, whatever belts. So, yeah, it makes sense that this is not completely full. Now, they should be always running, but I suspect that's an inserter issue. Yeah, that's an inserter rate issue, and I don't feel like redoing the belts to fix that, because it would be really annoying to fit another inserter in here to make that work better. Yep, okay. Yeah, I am going to call this build done, I think. Even though it is slightly imperfect, I am completely fine with imperfect. The throughput is crazy. So let's make this blueprint. So full grid, copy, put this in here. Nope. Try that again. Full grid. Oh, wait. I accidentally selected new contents. Luckily, I didn't actually select anything. I meant to copy it. Also, I can remove this now, I think. Yeah. Full grid. Now this one, select new contents. This is going to be this, and I'm going to remove the trains. Double checking any last minute potential issues. Looks fine. This is all balancing. I'm not missing any components in the blueprint. Double check around the edge as always. Make sure I didn't miss anything. All looks good. Something looks slightly weird just visually, but I think that's just a pixel alignment bit of weirdness. Okay, this produces sulfur, and I don't quite remember how I was doing this, but I think it was just that. So yeah, so just name this. I think I don't remember my naming scheme, so let's check that. Okay, I remembered correctly. So there's a sulfur grid. This is cool to see all of these side by side. Also, on the map, if I remove everything again, yep, looks cool. Not quite as cool as some of the others because of this one being a little bit weirdly symmetric, but I mean, I really like how these look. These are very pretty, particularly this one. I really like how this looks, which I think is this copper wire. Yeah. Copper wire just looks pretty. This one too. This looks like a quilt. This is just smelting. Anyway, yeah. In that case, that didn't take too long. I am going to get, I think next up is sulfuric acid. Yeah, because all the other inputs for this are finished. Sulfuric acid does not require anything that I don't already have. Yep, so let's get sulfuric acid production. I will need 4 stations for this, which I'll work out the layout for as I go. 1, 2, 3, 4. Standard testing grid. Let's get the wires connected. Let's get the robots connected. Oh, not what I meant to do. Okay. I don't remember being able to zoom out this far before. Maybe I just never tried. Why does this reminds me of looking at various cellular automata things. Just something about the way this looks reminds me of that. Particularly, Game of Life or Wireworld. Anyway, let's actually make this thing. Okay, sulfuric acid. Let's look at factory planner. Because it's a fluid output, this is going to be not entirely sure how to do this yet. I can never remember how to spell sulfuric. Sulfuric is what that actually. Let's try that. I should really have that spelling down by now. Like, I like chemistry, but like, it just words hard. Okay. Sulfuric acid. Amount. I have no idea. Random number, see what happens. That's not a high enough number yet, I don't think. Yep. Yeah, I figured people have made all kinds of fun things in Factorio by now. Okay, yeah, as expected, 1K is not a lot of fluid. Although it does take, well, okay. What about 10,000? What's that in wagons per minute? 0.4 wagons per minute. Still not a lot. Slightly more sulfur. 100,000? I think the problem I'm going to run into is fluid throughput for my limiting factor here, because it can make a lot of sulfuric acid very quickly, and despite the fact that I could integrate this into the processing unit build, I want to stick with the pattern of every single item gets a unique grid. So, yep, sulfuric acid, its own unique grid. Let's measure wagons per minute. And then belts, 2.8 belts there, half a belt there. I always find it amusing that you can measure the fluids in belts. That's weird, but fun. Okay, so this is... I already forgot the number. Okay, so this is... I'm going to try just doubling that, so 200,000 units. Yep, that's basically 6 belts, 1 belt, or slightly more than 1 belt. My nose just started itching. Oh no. The thing is, this is going to be a very high throughput per chemical plant, however I do it. Because I can make so much from a single chemical plant, I might actually design this one starting from a slightly different point than before. First, let's grab this. I do still want this as my reference point. Remove all of this, switch this over to sulfuric acid. Yeah, so 2 fluid, well actually, no, whack, try that again. 1 fluid, oh, and 3 items. There's no way I can fit it in this, so let's use the larger grid. Can I get 3 items into this? Actually, wait. No, I only need 2 items in. I need 1 fluid out. That's what I need. Let's take this, put this here. See if this works. Yeah, this is actually remarkably easy, I think. It's the throughput that's going to be interesting on this one. Since it's taking off a belt, don't need to worry about balancing this. Just put this here. Okay, so let's get this power so that I can do the production check. Yeah, 425 per second per one of these segments. And a decent amount of a belt. What I think I might want to try for this, because it can fit so well, is actually, wait, temporarily getting distracted. One moment. There might be a way to make this slightly smaller. It's not worth figuring that out. Okay. Yeah, so, yeah, because I need so few of these assemblers, or not assemblers, chemical plants to make this, I might just do 8 of these modules, and just give each one a dedicated belt and pipes, and just have a couple cross connections for overflow. Trying to think of the best way to do this, to run all of the items through. I think it's just okay, the problem is I want to run the items, like I don't want the items to jump across like this, because I need more than 1 belt. So, and because of that, I'm actually going to remove these. And instead, I'm going to do this. I'm going to feed these in from the sides, and then run the belts externally. And as long as this can reach, which it can, then that should be fine. Oh, and actually these have to go in opposite directions because this one needs to come from the bottom. Yeah, okay. I like that design. Of the actual base? Sure, one moment. I need to put stuff into a box. Actually, into several boxes. And is anything exploding? Nothing is exploding. Why is there a train waiting for construction? I don't know. I have not actually looked at my base without pollution on. This looks really cool. Oh, and that was asking for a train because from the lab, not from this. How's my module stock right now? 128 of those and 1.1k of tier 3 productivities. Good to see. How is nuclear doing? Because I just set this up last time because I was having slight problems with that. Okay, looks good. I should probably have defenses on this by now. From the first playthrough, yes. This is still just the second map ever for me. Well, technically I generated an alternate map, but then the stream failed, so I didn't use it. But yeah. Any ore problems? Doesn't look like it. Ores are all good. Stone is a little low, but I'm not using much of it. I like how my initial base here is just nicely tucked away within the main base. Like the actual mega base, which obviously I haven't built out very far yet. It's probably going to be mostly down here, but all over the place. Anyway. I really don't feel like, I really feel like I wasn't able to zoom out this far before, but I'm not sure. Anyway, that felt weird. Yeah, I'm using remarkably few resources to make all of the stuff I'm making right now. I mean, most of the stuff is backed up, but to make these, it's limited by this. Yep, I do. Not very much, though. I think it's literally just tacked on up here. Yeah. This is my landfill production. Honestly, I should probably stockpile more than that. I'm just gonna do that real quick. First, where's roadboard coverage? Okay, I have space. Yep, okay. Slightly more storage. Also, a lot of these defenses are completely useless now because it's being defended from other places. I want to see this get placed. Which may take a moment. The bots don't have, bots aren't that fast, and they're a long way away. There we go. And landfill can't be productivity, right? Probably should have checked that before. Would be weird if it could. Yep. Okay. Of what kind? Like, what parts of this should I screenshot to share? Oh, by the way, real quick, the way that I'm doing power for everything is interesting. I have a dedicated reactor here that's just making steam to power outposts separately, and then I have this reactor that's actually the base power, and this is like sorta modular, like they don't fit next to each other, but they do tile vertically, and water can be brought in by train. I actually, wait, this is steam, I can do that. Is F1? No, okay, I was hoping F1 would hide the UI. Okay, different keybinds. Anyway, yes, back to the lab. Let's continue designing things. Okay, I will try to do that. Where am I? I'm lost. Here we go. Okay, back to figuring this thing out. Yep, see you. Okay, let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, I can't fit 8 vertically. And I can't stack these next to each other. Well, no. Maybe I can't. Wait, I'm being silly. Let's do this instead, so that these can fit back to back. 1, 2, 3, 4. Rotate. 1, 2, 3, 4. There we go. Now it shares all the beacons. I am gonna have to run pipes, but luckily I'm happy that these don't line up. They cannot reach that far, but that's fine, because I can just do that. Wait, I don't even have to do that. I just connected out the side. Okay, yep, so those are item inputs, which are going to be from the top and bottom. I should just get those stations in. I already know how I'm going to do this. So item unload here and here, fluid load here, fluid unload here. There we go. Let's slide this over so that's slightly closer to centered. Okay, so let's just start running these belts and see what happens. I do need to make sure that overflow is possible, but I'll figure that out after I get the rest of this. This grid has the problem of being too easy, very unlike the other grids. There's barely anything that needs to connect, so I'm trying to make everything as optimal as possible that doesn't need to be optimal. Too far, overshot. There we go, there's those. I need to now connect these down here. Which, again, I'll figure out exactly how to not balance these, but how to connect these later. I mean, I could actually use a balancer on the 4 lanes, I just need to make sure they can connect across to each other. Okay. This alignment is definitely, like, the fact that these aren't aligned evenly is actually making this easier, which is convenient. Oh, except for the fact that this is going to be, yeah, this is going to need to be that. I'm actually going to swap which one's going where, so they don't have to worry about that. I'm going to put these in the top instead of the bottom. Because if I do that, I can use exactly the same pattern as the side. It might even line up, but I'm just going to remake it because it isn't too difficult to do. I do need to take this out. Where does this connect to? Here. Wait. How does this need to connect then? Let's just take this out. Copy this. I'm pretty sure this alignment will work, and if it doesn't, then I'll figure it out. And it does work. That was much better. Should have started with that. Okay. Oh, let's actually get that. It's important. And now, fluids. Time to figure that out. What's the overall throughput for one of, well, actually two of these is more important for me. 851. Okay, so yeah, if I combine those, I don't have to worry about it. I can't quite combine them because that doesn't line up. I'm just gonna rotate this and slide it down so that I don't have to think about that. Yeah, because now everything just connects there and I can handle these as one big bus. Okay, I like that. Let's real quick do that on the rest of these. I missed the beacons. Hopefully I can copy them from below. And then remove this. Yeah, fluid throughput on this. Overall, actually, what's water input rate? 1,310. Let's quickly check this. Okay, so 11 or 12 pipes. I actually do need to be careful of throughput here. Or I could just undo this and run them separately like I was originally going to, which I might. Yeah, I don't want to have to deal with this. Let's just do this. Put that back. And run the pipe separately. There we go. So now my outputs are here, 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 and here. Well, actually, wait. Output here. These outputs are right next to each other. That's convenient. They don't need to connect over there. They need to connect this way. And I'm actually going to align these just because it'll be a little bit prettier. Doesn't really matter functionally. That way the pipes are facing the direction that the fluids need to go. That doesn't need to exist. That doesn't need to exist. Actually, neither does that or that, because they're not being merged. Yep. Now let's clear these out and do that again for these. Actually, including those pipes on the outside. Nope, too many. That'll be filled in nice and quickly, theoretically. Yep. Now I just have to deal with all those fluids, which is non-trivial, but not terrible. I just have to make sure that I get the pipes routed correctly, is basically all that actually comes down to. This needs to go here. This needs to go... let's move that back by one. Never mind, I would like that to be here. So, not that one. So I'm just going to slide this back by 2 so that this can fit here. Perfect, okay. Oh, and even though I don't think I need it, preferably I'll have a pump there to guarantee throughput. Let's just add these pumps ahead of time so that I don't forget. Missed that. Okay, there we go. Now this one needs to go into the next spot here, which is there. Let's just slide that out. And I don't need to add self-balancing on this, and I don't think I'm going to, because it'll balance itself through the tanks. I mean, I'm pretty sure there's enough space that I can... I mean, I could probably just fit that in. I'm trying to think if that could cause throughput issues. I'm going to leave it in the simple case for now, and I'll change it if it becomes a problem. That fits nicely. Okay. This can go here. I can slide this out. That's not how I wanted to run that. This needs to end up connecting there, so I guess this is going there. Because if I moved it one closer, it would connect to that. For this, it makes sense to just slide it over immediately. It doesn't hurt if these connect here, so I'm going to go with the easy option and... wait. No, let's match what I was doing everywhere else. Let's be consistent. Let's run it on this direction first and then connect that way so that it matches the pattern of go straight first and then turn that all of these other ones have. Which obviously this one has to slightly ignore just due to positioning of this belt. But that is an acceptable deviation. I do want this to end up lining up, which means that actually has to go back one further so that this can connect here, because this needs to connect up this way. There we go. Okay, all of the fluid inputs connected, which are self-balancing. Just need to do the same thing on this side. Potentially even precisely the same thing. I think this will line up. at least to there. Let's do this. Rotate, rotate. Try to line this all up. Would that all line up? I don't think so. Not quite. Yeah, it doesn't quite line up. Okay, let's just run the pipe separately then. That took a few tries. Okay. Oh, I forgot pumps, which I don't think I need here, but I might as well have. Again, doesn't hurt, and I have space. Okay, this one I will have to move over some first. Just bring it to there. And continue. Okay. Halfway there. That lined up better than expected. Okay, if I want this to connect, I need to slide this back, just like I did on the other side. Ooh. Try that again. There we go. So close to lining up, but not quite. Actually, I want this one to line up with this. Heck, my hand slipped. There we go. Okay. I think if I hook everything up, this should already be working. And I'm okay with this power connection. This is remarkably, like, I'm not using that much space in this. Okay, item inputs. Iron and, oh wait, item balance. Almost forgot about that. Let's figure that out. First thing is going to be in here. Going to be balancing these four, but I need to be able to balance across these as well. These were slightly bigger than expected, but apparently I cut out exactly the right amount of space on these. Did not expect that. I thought I was cutting out extra space. Oh, one moment, got something in my eye. Okay. Yeah, so that balances that, but I need to make sure that it can fix its own balancing issues if it breaks across. So that means I'm going to go with the really easy option and just split off the extra after the balancer from each of these, run them across, and then merge them back in on the input side. Oop. This seems like a good spot to run this down. and make sure that I have the priorities on this. This absolutely needs to have priority. And then this needs to have input priority right? Is that the case? No, I don't know. I'm gonna leave that as is for now. See what happens. Okay, output priority left, not right. Okay, and then I need to do the same thing on the top here, but the positioning of things is slightly different, so I'm just gonna run it again without copying and pasting. Output priority right, output priority left, input priority non-existent. This alignment is weird. This grid isn't going to be as pretty as some of the other ones. This is still definitely imperfect, but I think it'll serve its purpose. Oh. Okay. Okay, now that that's balanced, I think this should all work. So let's set up the inputs. I need sulfur and iron. I think we could do iron from the top. Iron plate unload. I already have that. Sulfur unload. Water. Yep, water unload. I wish that searched. I guess there it is. Water drop. And then this one is a new station. Missed the R. Okay, and now I just need to get the tests in place. So that's item load, fluid load, fluid unload. Water pickup. Oh, stack sizes. For iron plates, which I think is this one, it's still 100. But for sulfur, it's 50. That was 31, right? Yep, okay. And then for testing, I need to actually name these. I should probably line those up. Let's put the iron plate load here. Sulfur load here. And, oh wait, I already named that one. And then this is going to be a sulfuric acid drop. Wait, no, unload. Now I just need to get those trains in and set up the schedules for testing. Train 1, train 2, I place these in differently each time. Train 3, train... Is that the right direction for that train? I think it is. Yeah, okay. Let's make these two the fluid ones, which I'm going to need to get more fluid wagons. Not where I meant to place that, but it works. Okay, so we need to get the items, but let's get... Do I want the fluids first? Yeah, I'm going to do the fluids first. Sure, output first. Sulfuric acid load until full, sulfuric acid unload until empty. You can start immediately. And then you are water pickup, water drop, add weight condition full, add weight condition empty, go. It is confused because of all of these trains. Okay, so you are going to be iron plate load, iron plate unload, full, empty, go. And you are going to be sulfur load, sulfur unload, full, empty. Okay, the fact that I placed these the way that I did is actually a problem. Let's just send this over here and hopefully that undeadlocks everything. I'm hoping that'll let this train leave. Nope, this is still stuck. Okay, go over there. You're trying to get to sulfur load, which is here. But there's no path because I'm not entirely sure yet. But this train needs to get out of the way, which is the main problem. And you're trying to get to water pickup. Which you don't have a path for some unknown reason. I don't know why that doesn't have a path. Oh wait, it doesn't have a path because I don't have the fluids being inputted yet. Let's fix that. Okay, water. Copy. Paste, 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 and paste. I missed. Then I need pipes here to void this. Remove everything. That didn't seem to work. I don't know if this will work correctly. I don't remember how this works. Keep exactly 0%, please. Okay. Oh wait, fluid. Please remove 100% of the water. Yeah, okay, that'll work. And actually, that's not even the right thing. That's supposed to be sulfuric acid that's removing. If I just place something else here, will it drain the system? Let's flush the whole system. Okay. That should work. Okay, and then this is confused because these stations aren't ready. As expected. Okay. Let's grab a this thing, item load. Place it down close. Okay, it's gonna have to be on this side. But it's not going to be circuits. This one is iron? Yes. Iron plates. That was not what I meant to click. You know, I should really just set these to remove unfiltered items so that when I copy and paste these later, I don't have the problem. Actually, no, I'm gonna have the same problem of the belts having stuff on them. But okay, this is still actually helpful because occasionally there's items left in one of these chests that I failed to get set correctly. Okay, but that should allow me to do this. Place it back down again, make sure everything's good. Yep. Remove that, place that, and flip the direction. Okay, that should allow the iron train to get through, which I think is that one. And then in the meantime, I will grab this, rotate it around, get it close but not connected, and get the sulfur. Failed to hit the check mark. Having it remove the unfiltered items also makes it slightly easier to check whether I missed something, because I don't have more than one icon in any spot. Okay, oh, I missed. Try that again. Okay, things are still confused. Why are things stuck? Probably because that station is not actually full yet. Yep. It'll be there soon. I did set that right? 100 and hopefully 50. Did I do this side? I did not. Let's fix that. Which, I don't know which one of these is going to be ready first. Probably the iron, but it's going to be close. Not that it matters, they're both waiting for the iron train to get out of the way. Okay, first we see if the water goes everywhere, which it does. Also gets unloaded nice and quickly. Soon we'll get items. Sulfur is on first because it's smaller stacks. And there goes iron. Do I not have... Oh, I did input priority. Oops. Okay, output priority on this side is good. And it is still going to fill up the belt. Both of these are output. Okay. It is limited by sulfur. Because the second sorter can't keep up. I think that's the case for all of these. However, I also think I have enough space to be able to fix that. So let's fix that by just adding another belt, another thing here, and this. Still not actually keeping up. But now it's just because the sulfur isn't actually going through. Oh, I don't have lane balancers anywhere, which in this case is actually a small problem. Oh wait, no, it isn't a problem. Well, It half is, half isn't a problem. I'm gonna try to add those in. But first I'm gonna finish fixing this. Yep. Here's that side. Displace that slightly. Oop, that's iron. That's not what I meant to do. Yeah, I want sulfur to be the thing that's shared. So that means that has to be here. I'm gonna let these clear the belts before I actually connect anything. But what this means is that these need to go out by one further. Iron does go into that. Actually, wait, I didn't want to go in there until this belt was clear of iron, which it isn't yet. I'm gonna leave that for a moment. Is that clear of iron? Looks like it. Is this clear of iron? Yep. This one also should be then. Yep. Now I just need to do this one. Okay, need to wait for this belt to clear, and then I think that'll all be good. And then I'll get belt balancers over here. Or lane balancers. That looks good? Okay. And I think on both sides there's enough space to put in a very easy, quick lane balancer. On sulfur, do I need a lane balancer on iron? I can fit it. I might as well add it. I'm gonna do that. Oop. You know what, let's just place those in first. That's much more efficient. Okay. Let's see. Okay. This alignment's going to be a little weird, but it should work. This pipe is annoying, but not hard to fix. Okay. to clear out my inventory, and I don't know how to do that in this. Wait, no, I do. Remove unfiltered items, bunch of these things, a bunch of modules, and most of these components. That's good enough. Okay. Okay, now back to this thing. Ooh, I don't have space for that here. Because I'm putting it over here then. One further back. There we go. That's what I was trying to do. Now let's finish actually getting these. Yep, that looks good. This is still not perfect, and it's still because sulfur is not being inserted fast enough somehow, which is impressive. But also, I'm producing a lot of sulfuric acid. I don't think this is going to be a problem, and as usual, I can paste the second one of these as needed. Just thinking, is there a way I can improve this? Because I suspect that taking from the end of the belt is actually slowing it down, but I don't know that for sure. I think I'm just going to leave it. I'm okay with these being imperfect. I think. I could also try to supplement it by running sulfur up through the middle, which is another option. I should also be lane balancing this output. Let's fully do it. Same on this side. I don't think that's actually necessary, but it is something that might help, and I'm not quite sure. Yeah, I think this might be capable of fully consuming the sulfur belts, all 8 of them. If it gets inserted fast enough. It's a little hard to tell. 262 per second. Quickly calculate that. 262 divided by 45. It's actually 5.8 belts. So yeah, not capable of fully consuming these. But it is capable of producing a quite significant amount of sulfuric acid, which is what it needs to do, and because of that, I'm going to already say this is done. I don't need it to be better. Oh, wait, no, I want to balance this, just like I did for the sulfur. Even though, again, I don't think I actually need it, I might as well. It may or may not help, but if it does, great. This fits better the other direction. Let's do that. Yep, well, I'm perfect. This is definitely good enough. Okay, so create a copy of the full grid, put it in my inventory, take this, select new contents, select this whole thing, including that, but not the things below it. Is that good? Yep. Remove the trains. Is there a fluid train in here that I need to be aware of? Doesn't look like it. This takes a lot of blue belts. All of these do. Save that. Edit the name. This is sulfuric acid grid. Save. Put in here. Megabase production. Sulfuric acid grid. I forgot to add the sulfuric acid symbol to this. I'm trying to decide whether I should try blue circuits. This stream, because optimally I should be going to bed in 12 minutes. I don't think I can design this in 12 minutes. But also, it would be nice to end the stream with that. Okay, random target, let's just see what this requires. Just so I have a sense for what's happening. Okay, yeah, so processing units, expensive. Cannot fit this many assembling machines in here. And also, yeah, my sulfuric acid production is going to be plenty high. Okay, so yeah, if I want a full build of blue circuits, which, yeah, that's not going to fit. Also, that's going to take a lot of belts of input of green circuits, actually. That's what I need to be concerned about. No. I'm going to create a new playthrough for Space Age. Let's see. Yeah, so I can't have 14 belts of input for this. Moment. So, let's see. 0.56 belts here. Oh, didn't mean to add that again. That would be 8 belts of input. And 0.8 belts of input of that. And would require 22.5 assemblers. I don't remember how many I can fit, so let's quickly check that. I think this is the... I don't know if I can do the fluid routing in the space, but let's see, this is a good reference point. How many are in here? 25. And I would need 22.5. Okay, so this is a valid number to go with. 8 belts of electronic circuits. I can remove this now. I'm going to cut this, move up here, and yeah, I am not going to design processing units this stream. That is going to be for next stream. It'll be quite fun to do next stream though, and that'll mean we finally have full circuits figured out, which I think after that I still need to actually make the module grid to actually make these, which I don't know if they're going to be a single grid or more than one grid. I haven't decided yet. But those are the only two things left before I actually start building these in the actual base. Because there's no point in building any of these components yet until I have the full system, because I can't really do anything with the output by default. without having the rest of the system in place to actually make it and use it. So, because of that, this is the end of the stream. After I leave the note to myself to say processing units 8 green belt input. Wait, no, 8 green circuit 8 belt green circuit. That's what I was trying to do. Okay. Okay. And then just do this. There we go. And that'll be my reminder for next time for what I'm doing. This is fun, though. I'm very happy with what I got done this time. Also, it's just cool to look at this on the map. Like, look at all these different grid cells that will be going together into one actual grid when I actually build them. Also, I am aware that to build all of these, and I'm going to need one of each of these, pretty much. Let's see. I have to keep in mind that there are modules over here, but just to get a general sense for the number of modules, that's not on the screen. I can't tell how many modules that is. Well, anyway, it's a lot of modules. I'm not going to have enough to fully build this, which means it's going to be a slow startup, but then it'll continue building. And also, I'm still stockpiling modules. Like, I have, what is it, 1.1k productivity modules in stock, with speed modules lagging behind. Anyway, yes, so, yeah, zoom in on this. End of stream. Thank you for watching. This is fun. I need to go to bed. Yeah, I knew that starting the stream it wouldn't be particularly long, and turns out pretty much right around 2 hours, so average stream. Anyway, yes, thank you for watching, and see everybody in another video or live stream. Also, I have a music thing that I think I have a name for that I'm working on to upload. I don't know when. It's actually a pretty big project. I don't know when it'll be done, but I'm working on it. Anyway, yes, so see you in another video or live stream.